I've got a new gadget for you. New XREAL One glasses. They are still a portable monitor. They still need to be connected to a laptop, to a smartphone via a cable. But the glasses are surprisingly top-notch. For those who don't know, my name is Valeria, and I'm a hater of all the previous XREAL glasses. First of all, it's because they just don't suit me in terms of design. They're too big for my face, and it just looks ugly. You could say, well, just don't wear them outside, wear them at home. So, the key point is, I can't adjust the lenses to a comfortable position in front of my eyes so that the picture doesn't get blurry. That's the problem with the fixed interpupillary distance. Usually, the average value is taken, but I have a small PD. No matter how I tried to adjust them, it's all pointless. Secondly, everything about them is just off. Want more features? Download the Crooked proprietary app, which is not available on all smartphones. Either by BM or BIM Pro, which work like a piece of brown fabric. If everything is so bad, why do you keep reviewing them every time? It was right after the XREAL Air 2 Ultra with its unclear functionality that I finally put an end to the XREAL. And then they released the One and One Pro. And I want to say that this actually looks like a decent portable monitor. They still might. They haven't reached the perfect consistency yet, but the direction of development is right. Here are 10 things that have changed in the new generation. The biggest change in the XREAL One is that they added the X1 processor. Before, right out of the box, you could only see a glued-on image in the glasses, what's called 0DOF. So the image moves clearly behind your head. To create some other display mode, like fixing the image in one spot, you had two options. First, download the Nebula app. It's only available on Android, and not even on all of them. Second, get the XREAL Beam. Basically, it's extra brains for the screen. Besides the display modes, you can download an app on the Beam, change the screen size, and stream images from other devices. Wirelessly, DEM still has a few unique features, but the most useful functionality is the different display modes and virtual screen customization. Now, it's built right into the glasses. In addition, a small operating system appeared, similar to the one found in conventional desktop monitors. You can navigate it using the buttons on the arms. We can change the screen size and the mode side view, cool and warm colors, brightness, volume, and interline spacing. APD adjustment has never been available in any XREAL before. True, it changes in an unusual way, like on VR headsets, when the lenses move apart and forward. The image is programmatically moved closer to or further away from the eyes. So basically, it just gets bigger or smaller. That's weird. The Oculus Rift S also had a software adjustment. It's useless. Basically, it doesn't make a difference. Well, as for my complaint about the interpupillary distance, even though that adjustment doesn't really have any effect, I can see better in these glasses than in the previous ones. Maybe it's the larger physical size of the lenses, or maybe the fit of the glasses has changed somehow. The regular One version has software adjustment, but the One Pro will be released in two IPD versions. You'll be able to buy either in the range of 57 to 66 millimeters or from 66 to 75 millimeters. In the One version, they boosted the brightness. Previously, everyone had 500 nits. Now the regular one has 600 nits, and the One Pro has as many as 700. Either way, we only have the regular model, not the Pro one. The Pro version isn't available for sale yet. There's not a huge difference with the XREAL Air 2 Ultra, but the picture has definitely gotten nicer. The image quality has remained the same. It uses Sony Micro OLED display. Each screen is 1080p. At the same time, the viewing angle has increased compared to the older XREAL. Our regular versions have a 50-degree field of view, and that's a bit less than the Ultra, but they feel pretty much the same. But in the Pro version, which will be released in the spring, it is 57 degrees. There, I think the difference will be noticeable. Electrochromic lens tinting is now added by default everywhere. This is when you can press a button to tint the lenses, making the picture more contrasty. This feature is also available in the baths. The shower mechanism seems to have improved. It's become less tight and doesn't squeeze the head anymore. Glasses can be transformed into almost elegant meta rays. All you have to do is pay XREAL $100 for an accessory called XREAL Glass. It attaches to this spot, and then you can start shooting live content from a first-person perspective. Unfortunately, we don't have such a thing yet. It can only be ordered in the USA. We will definitely order it and tell you about it in the future review of XREAL One Pro. But if you need to record a virtual interface so that the VR screen is visible against the real world, then you'll need to buy the BIM Pro. The XREAL One no longer has a proximity sensor. This is a sensor that detects when you put the glasses on and when you take them off, so it can automatically turn the displays on or off. the glasses go to sleep on a timer. You can adjust the auto-sleep timer or even turn it off completely, just so you know. I still don't like the design. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. These glasses look way better on men. We initially thought that the front part was now completely covered in glossy plastic. And it's like, ugh, how it looks. It turns out that the overlay can be removed. And here you go, the same XREAL as before. In the future, XREAL promises to sell different frames separately so you can change the design. So, on a smaller note, the weight, price, and audio system have improved a bit. They say there's some super trendy system in here. It seems like the sound got louder, but I can't really say there's a noticeable difference in quality. A portable monitor for your eyes in the form of glasses, or a classic portable monitor. It really all depends on your desires and goals. If you want to watch movies or play games on the go and while traveling, glasses are the better option. XREAL. The screen of the connected device. It dims, and no one will see what you're up to. You can lean back in your chair, and the screen will hang right in front of your eyes. The X-ray needs to be connected to other devices via a cable. They don't have their own battery. But there is a feeling that one day the company will reach fully autonomous glasses. Maybe not in the next generation, but in about 2 to 3 years. You can connect them to any Android phones that have a video output via Type-C. They also connect to the new iPhones without any issues. But for the old ones with Lightning, you need to buy a special adapter. You can connect the glasses to portable consoles, laptops, PCs, tablets, and pretty much any device with Type-C. And you can also connect them to stationary consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, as well as other devices with HDMI using a proprietary adapter. By the way, we recently found a useful case for ourselves. Right now, Vlad is using them instead of a camera monitor. It really helps outdoors because the camera screen is super small, and if it's sunny outside, you can't see anything at all. The XREAL One's packaging compared to its predecessors. I lost weight. The dioptric lenses and darkening overlay have been removed from here. If you have poor eyesight, you now have to buy the forms separately. But that's still okay. You can wear contact lenses. But the fact that there's no overlay now is a real problem because all XREAL models have the same issue from generation to generation. Because of the specific design of the angled lenses, they reflect everything. What you have down below, especially if it's something bright, like a printed t-shirt. The print will be beautifully visible on the virtual monitor. 2. To kind of balance out the downside, you can turn off all the lights in the room. One thing I've never talked about in my reviews is how to adjust these glasses to fit you. The package includes nose pads in different sizes. You can try them on and see which one fits better. You can confidently bend and straighten the nose pad arms. And the temples of the glasses themselves also change in several positions. This way, they are flexible, so they will fit different face sizes. As a gift, we were given a branded XREAL hub splitter so that we could charge our phone at the same time. But usually, it's not included in the package. You need to buy it separately, and here's what became the most convenient and cool. Now you can switch between display modes directly in your glasses. To do this, you just need to press the orange button. The first mode, Anchor, locks the image in one spot. If you turn your head away from the image, it will stay in place. Smooth Follow is basically similar to 0D, but the image follows with stabilization that's much smoother. Although you can turn off that stabilization in the glasses settings. There's also a brightness adjustment option in the settings. Apparently, all the claimed 600 nits are only available with this checkbox, but you can't use it together with the stabilizer. Side View allows you to display a small picture in the corners of the display. This is done so that it doesn't block your view of the real world. While you're out for a walk or doing something around the house, you can, for example, display the navigator or a video. We tried this format outside and realized that it works really well, actually. Before, you needed BIM for that. It wasn't really convenient to move around, all weighed down with extra devices and wires. Yeah, and the BIM device itself, to be honest, is just okay. All of this is what the XREAL One glasses can do right out of the box. There's also a new ultra-wide mode with a huge virtual monitor. According to XREAL, the equivalent is 265 inches. When it was announced, I was skeptical because the viewing angle in such devices is small. Sometimes, it is impossible to even view one screen in its entirety. You need to move your head to see the whole picture. In ultra-wide display mode, of course, it's the same. Don't think of this as a physically curved monitor. You won't be able to play games comfortably or watch a widescreen movie. But the mode itself is pretty cool. I think the people who work at XREAL will appreciate it. You can adjust the brightness of the displays using the bottom rocker switch. In previous versions, there was also a mute option. Brightness, but if you hold the button for a few seconds, you can switch to adjusting the volume. Right now, if you hold it down, it activates the lens dimming. Now, the volume can only be changed through the settings. You're supposed to do this on the connected device itself, like on your smartphone. That's not very convenient anymore. You have to take your phone out of your pocket and then put it back. And so back and forth, instead of pressing buttons on the glasses. What's missing is buttons for adjusting volume and play/pause. Until XREAL gets to that level of technology, we'll have to rely on smartwatches or the buttons on our headphones. The orange button at the bottom, besides switching modes, display settings, and centering the screens in 3D mode, is responsible for the menu. We double-click, and the interface opens up. It kind of looks like a menu for adjusting monitors. Use the rocker to navigate through the menu. Pressing the orange button once confirms, and pressing it twice back. When the glasses first arrived, the buttons could trigger false positives, and it was a bit inconvenient. But then an update came, and everything works perfectly. That's how it's done. So after you buy them, make sure to update the glasses firmware. You can do this in the Nebula app on Android or macOS, or through BIM. The firmware installs automatically when you connect the glasses. At the top, there's a functional button. By default, it's set to turn off the displays. Since there's no proximity sensor, you have to remember to turn off the displays. But you can change that in the settings. For example, you can assign ultra-wide mode to this button, switch to 3D mode, change the audio protocol, or use electronic dimming. For those who forgot, this is when you press the buttons and you have the displays dim. We just set up the dimming for a single press, and holding it down turns off the displays. It seems to me that this is the most convenient scheme. By the way, if you have a camera, you can take photos and videos using this button. I repeat from video to video that XREAL glasses and any similar glasses in general are needed only for one purpose, to entertain yourself. I love playing games on my console or phone, or watching movies on my micro-OLED personal VR monitor. In the last video about the XREAL Air 2 Ultra, we tried to turn the glasses into a basic VR headset using the Steam Deck and some utilities. It works pretty well. XREAL owners constantly write about how they go to work with these glasses and just look at them. Videos on the subway, on the plane, or anywhere. Now you can easily walk with them on the street. Because BIM is no longer in the chain, you can make yourself a small screen. You can watch videos or use a navigation app, and at the same time, you can see what's happening right in front of you. They don't look like regular sunglasses. People from the outside notice something's off. But if your configuration is at least a little larger than mine, basically, it's not cringy at all. Well, they just look like glasses with a wire and the lenses a bit further from your eyes. Work is a specific case that doesn't appeal to many people. The little screen is tiny, the text is hard to read, and your eyes kind of squint towards the center, making it uncomfortable after just 5 minutes. A cool case is working out. The main thing is without the BIM. With it, it's terrible. You can pull up a video or a workout right in front of your eyes. Well, I already mentioned what we found. An interesting application for videographers to shoot on the go without an on-camera monitor. It turns out that XREAL Beam is now of little use for new models. I don't know, maybe they will release some killer features, but for now this is the functionality that remains first. On Beam Pro you can run augmented reality games, but it's such a wild thing that you don't need it. Second, the Beam Pro has a 6 DOF mode when connected to the Ultra version of the glasses, which means you can fix the VR monitor in one spot in space, kind of like on the Quest 3 or Apple Vision Pro. You can also do wireless streaming. How does it work? There's still a wire in this setup. You connect the glasses to the BIM with a wire and can stream content from your phone or computer wirelessly. This is the only somewhat useful case. Although we had a crazy delay when streaming from the iPhone to the BIM Pro. As far as I remember, there wasn't this problem with the regular BIM. What else can you do with the BIM? If you buy the BIM Pro and the XREAL iCamera, you can shoot content in mixed reality. If I'm not mistaken, I've listed all the options. It looks like this. It feels like a completely unjustified waste of money, and honestly, it seems easier to just buy the XREAL One glasses and not stress about it. What else do you need to know? The glasses get really hot around the forehead area. If you wear them for too long, it actually becomes uncomfortable. This applies to all models of XREAL glasses. For owners of iPhones with Lightning, I don't see any point in buying them at all, because you also need to add a branded adapter to the kit, which needs to be charged separately. In short, this is a pure device for Android smartphones, Nintendo Switch and other portable devices. It's best if you have a Samsung phone with DX mode. That's all for today. More information about the glasses. We covered XREAL in our previous reviews of the XREAL Air 2 Pro and Air 2 Ultra. you can take a look. Subscribe to the channel, like, write comments whether you bought such a device. And see you in the future.